All right, boys and girls, today I have a story for you, and we're going to write it together using AI Dungeon, which is a machine learning game. It's not really a game. We're going to try to give it the bare minimum and see what story we can develop here. Let's get started. You are a man of action. You need to get away from here, so head up to the roof, which is the most high up part of the building. There, you can fight your way out of this place. You head to the roof by the easiest route you can think of. You run up the stairs, head straight for the roof door, unlock it, and run outside. You then leap off the side of the building. You tuck and roll. You are not happy with your roll. Your roll was not good. You only managed to hit the ground after a few seconds of rolling, and you are not in a good position. Help! You yell. But nobody helps. You're all alone. A few seconds later, the people you've been watching realize you were missing. They start looking around, and they seem very concerned. You are all alone, so you take off running. You run until you are a long way from the building. Nobody is chasing you, which means you are safe. You get some much needed rest. You are still thirsty. The water in the well was all muddy. You need to clean it. You go back to the well, and you clean the water. You drink the water, and you're not thirsty anymore. You've reached the town of Saratoga. You find yourself a nice room at the inn. Can I see your room key? The innkeeper asks you. You hand it to him. How many nights do you need? He asks. You say, 3 weeks. You need 3 weeks, the innkeeper says. You could stay here for 3 weeks, he says. How much do you need to pay? You say, I have no money. You don't need money, the innkeeper says. This is a free inn. But I don't have any money, you say. Oh, you don't need money, he says. You smile and go to your room. You have a great time at the inn. When your 3 weeks is up, you leave the inn. You go back to the forest where you fought your last battle. You remember that the centaurs were stronger than you. You go back to the battle site and you don't have any weapons with you. You are all alone. You say, hello? No response. You are all alone. You're in a forest, but you've come a long way, but you're still alone. Hello, you say again. You go deeper and deeper into the forest. After a few minutes of searching, you find something, a path. You follow the path. It leads you to a clearing. There's a tree with a weird symbol carved into it, and a little hut. Do you want to enter the hut? No. You knock on the door. No one answers. You knock again and again. You try to open the door, but it's locked. Hello, you say. Hello, a voice answers. The door swings open. It's an old woman wearing a green dress. You say, who are you? I'm your great-grandmother, the woman says. I'm the great-grandmother of the person who you are right now, she says. You say, Grandma! Yes, honey, I am your grandma. How did you get here? You ask. I came here in a boat with your great-great-great-grandfather. We came from Ireland. You say, that is a lot to take in right now, Grandma. I know. Sit down, honey, and let's talk. You sit down on a bench next to her. So, what's going on? Why are you here? You ask. You explain you are a man of action. I'm not the sitting around type, you say. I want to go out and see the world. You're just a boy, she says. You shake your head. I know. I'm still gonna do it. Well, that's a shame, she says. Why is that a shame? You ask. You say, what's with the weird symbol outside? That's the mark of my family, she says. What does it mean? It's a symbol of us, I suppose, our family. So, are you a part of a family? I guess that's my symbol too. Well, that's great, she says. So what are we going to do about you going out and all this fighting? She asks. I'll figure that out when the time comes. You leave the hut. You decide you're going to follow your path. It's time to make your mark on the world. You go back into the forest. You go deeper and deeper into the forest. You look for the path, but you can't find it. You keep walking. It leads you to a clearing. You notice a tree. It has a carving on the trunk. It says, "Run!" Do you want to carve your name into the tree? No. You run and run and run. You run for miles. You run so far that you run into the woods of a different forest. Should you keep running, or should you look for the path? You keep running and running and running. You run so far that you run into another forest. Should you keep running, or should you look for the path? Run! You decide to keep running. You find safety. You are now a full-fledged adventurer. You celebrate. You got away from your family and became a full-fledged adventurer. And you didn't even kill anyone. You decide you need a new symbol for yourself. You carve a symbol into the tree. It says, "Run!" Do you want to keep running, or should you try to find your family? I'm gonna run. You decide to run back to the hut. "Hello," you say. "Yes," she answers. "I found a new symbol," you say. "Great. What does it say?" You say, "Run." You carve "run" into the tree. It looks like this. You decide you want to keep that one. You are now a full-fledged adventurer. Congratulations. The end. I want to thank you boys and girls for joining me on this very special story. I like to call this one Man of Action, I guess. I realize this video is absurd, it's strange, but if you want to see another one just like it, let me know in the comments. In fact, if we're going to go that far, go ahead and throw some prompts in the comments, and they may end up in another story, if this is something people want to see. I have no idea. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching.